Okay, so get this, right? You know how we always talk about staying healthy and active as we age? Well, get this. UTIs.
UTIs.
Yeah, UTIs. They can actually increase your risk of falling. Like, seriously.
Interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that connection.
Right. So we're diving into this article today. It's called When Balance Fails, the quiet link between UTIs and falls and how to prevent them.
Okay, I'm intrigued. I've definitely heard about falls being a concern, but I'm not really familiar with the whole UTI connection.
Yeah, and especially for older adults, it's something to be aware of. UTIs don't always present in like the most obvious way.
Yeah, when I think UTI, I think like that burning sensation when you pee.
Exactly. But in older adults, it can be way more subtle.
Oh, really? Like what?
Think like sudden fatigue
Yeah.
or confusion.
Okay. Yeah, not things you'd immediately connect with a UTI.
Nope, not at all. So that's where the fall risk comes in.
Right, because I'm thinking, how does feeling tired make you, suddenly trip and fall?
It's less about an instant trip and more like it throws off your whole balance and coordination.
I see.
And then you add in things like, age-related changes in muscle strengths or reflexes.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
And the article actually says that up to 30% of falls in older adults are linked to UTIs. That's huge. Okay, so wait, what kind of impact are we talking about here?
So falls are actually the leading cause of injury and even injury death in older adults.
Wow.
It's serious stuff. We're talking broken bones, head injuries, sometimes even long-term disability.
Right, and not just the physical injuries either, right?
Absolutely. There's a big psychological impact. A lot of people who fall develop this fear of falling again, which can really affect their independence.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a ripple effect. Okay, so let's get into prevention.
Sure.
Because the article mentions things like staying hydrated, cranberry juice.
Yeah.
But does cranberry juice really work?
I think that's one of those old wives' tales that people kind of dismiss, but
Yeah.
there is some actual science behind it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cranberries have these compounds that help prevent certain bacteria from, clinging to the walls of the urinary tract.
So it makes it harder to actually cause an infection.
Exactly.
Okay, so besides the cranberry juice and hydration, what else helps prevent UTIs?
Well, proper hygiene is key, especially for women. It's really important to wipe from front to back and make sure to change out of damp clothing quickly. Simple things like that make a big difference.
So just those everyday habits can go a long way.
Yeah.
But what if you do start to notice those less common UTI symptoms we talked about?
Then it's super important to get medical advice right away. Catching it early can really prevent more serious problems, falls being a big one.
It's about being proactive. And speaking of proactive care, the article also talks about a holistic approach to fall prevention, like regular physical activity. Can you tell me more about that?
Absolutely. Activities that boost strength and balance are key. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy intense. Think walking, some gentle yoga, tai chi. Just incorporating movement into your routine can make a huge difference.
Yeah, and it's not even just about, like, the physical part of it.
Right.
Exercise is really good for your mental health, too.
Right.
Right.
Makes sense.
Which, can also help reduce fall risk, because if you feel better mentally,
Yeah.
you're more alert, more aware of your surroundings,
Exactly.
less likely to trip over something or lose your balance.
So it's all connected. Okay, so we've talked about the exercise part. But what if someone's not as active, maybe because of an existing health condition? What then?
Well, that's where things like those home modifications we mentioned before come in.
Right.
Making your living space safer, remove any tripping hazards, add some grab bars, make sure the lighting is good.
So it's about adapting the environment.
Exactly.
Okay, and caregivers can play a big role in all of this, right?
Yeah, huge role.
I mean, they're often the ones who notice if something seems off.
Right. They're kind of the first line of defense. Yeah, they're the ones who can notice, maybe someone's walking differently, their balance isn't as good as it used to be.
And they can encourage them to go to the doctor, get things checked out.
Right, exactly.
Make sure their home is safe.
It's all about communication.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about lifestyle, environment, caregivers. Now, what about the role of technology in all this? The article mentioned this thing called Finch Q.
Oh, yeah, Finch Q. It's pretty cool, actually.
Okay, tell me more.
It's designed to work with the Apple Watch, so it can, monitor your health in real time.
So you're not stuck wearing some clunky medical device all the time?
No, not at all. And that's a big part of it, making this kind of monitoring more accessible, right?
Yeah, using something people already have.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this Finch Q. How does it work?
Well, it has this thing called the Finch score, which basically gives you a quick overview of your overall health
Okay.
And it tracks things like balance and movement patterns, so
Yeah.
you can see how those are trending.
So how does that actually help prevent falls? Is it like an alarm that goes off if you're about to trip?
No, not quite.
Okay, good.
It's more of an early warning system. By keeping track of all those little changes in your gait, your mobility, your activity levels.
It can pick up on things that might indicate an increased risk of falling.
Exactly. It's like having well, maybe not a virtual spotter,
Yeah.
but definitely an extra set of eyes looking out for you.
Right, right. Especially if caregivers can't be there all the time.
And it empowers people, right, to be more proactive about their own health.
Okay, so I get how it works, but I'm curious, what's your overall take on this kind of technology in healthcare? Is it really a game changer or just another fancy gadget?
I think it has the potential to be really transformative,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to preventing health issues before they even become a problem.
So not just reacting to things when they go wrong.
Right, exactly. And we have so much data available these days.
Right.
The trick is figuring out how to use it in a way that actually makes a difference.
So it's not just about collecting information, it's about understanding it and then using it to take action.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I like things like Finch Q. They make those insights more understandable, more actionable, and they empower both individuals and their caregivers.
Okay, cool. So let's do a little recap here. We started by talking about the link between UTIs and falls
Right.
and how those UTIs don't always present with the classic symptoms in older adults.
We talked about how important it is to recognize those less obvious signs and get treated quickly to prevent those complications, especially falls.
Then we got into all the dangers of falls, not just the physical injuries, but also that loss of confidence, the impact on independence.
Right. It affects so many aspects of life.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
We talked about prevention strategies, everything from staying hydrated and drinking cranberry juice to keeping active and making home modifications.
And of course, the key role caregivers play in all of this, plus that cool new tech, the Finch Q, and how it can help.
Yeah, it's been a pretty comprehensive deep dive.
It has. It has. And, it's really fascinating to think that even small changes like adding those grab bars or just being more aware of your surroundings
Absolutely.
can have a big impact when it comes to preventing falls.
It's all about shifting our mindset, being proactive instead of reactive.
Totally. And the article mentions a website where people can learn more about Finch Q.
Yeah, it's www.iwantfinch.com.
Okay, perfect. Well, we've covered a lot today. But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Oh, I like this part.
We've talked about all these different ways to prevent falls.
Right.
But my question is, what one little change could you make today to improve your own balance and reduce your risk?
It could be something as simple as drinking an extra glass of water, putting a nightlight in the hallway.
Yeah, exactly. Even just being more mindful of your surroundings as you're moving around.
Sometimes it's the smallest actions that make the biggest difference.
That's so true. So take a moment, think about what you've learned today, and see if there's one small step you can take to prioritize your health and well-being. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the surprisingly complex